What's up, guys? Josh for a pre-market recap. Hope you guys had a nice night. I am going to be starting with gold. So we got to bounce off the 200-day and this middle fan trend line here. So setting up for a decent day to the upside. I hope. Let's see how much continuation we get to the upside. If you can see the trend line, has that one touch, and then the third touch here. It's perfectly lining up with the 200-day moving average. It's also something I like. I like when levels like to overlap each other. But we're bouncing off of the 1243.90 level. We're see if we can get back into the 1250s. Midday, I'd like to see gold back into the 1250s for some real confirmation that prices are strong once again. If you can see, we've been having these big draws, these big runs, and we had a nice little pullback, nice little run, pullback, little run, pullback. The only thing that's worried me is the length of the runs has shortened pretty drastically over the last three big pushes higher. So let's see what type of action we get to the upside here in gold. I'm hoping that we can pull through and keep these gains rather than trade higher and then dump later in the day and erase the gains for the day. Let's see what happens on that front with crude. Crude is doing the same song and dance. We still haven't really found a bottom. If you want, you can actually put a pivot down here. We're bouncing off the 43.36 level. Nothing really happening. I think people are going to be trying to catch a falling knife with this one. So I definitely think crude runs a little bit lower. Let's see if we can get into the $42 level. That'd be pretty big. If not, then I think we trade around this $50 to $44 level for quite some time in between these two pivots, just kind of like the SPYs have been doing the last couple of weeks, or the last week and a half, I should say. So if you look at the SPYs, we've been just chopping, bouncing around these levels here. I'm going to put a pivot down here for this guy. But yeah, it's been pretty range bound overall. Not a lot of action to the upside or the downside. It's been pretty mixed. A lot of chop. A couple of my very active friends who are traders say the same thing. Volume's not amazing. Chop's kind of been shitty, and all the action for the most part has been in the oil sector. With oil coming to yearly lows, so there's a lot of it's triggering a lot of selling from a lot of algos. So interesting on that front, in that regard, what exactly is going to be happening with certain levels being broken, and then that triggers selling programs, and that really exacerbates the problem that we have in the overall markets. I think it was Kroger the other day that had a pretty big. Oh no, it was KKR. That's what it was. KKR. I love checking these out. So if you can see this 10% flash here, this is going to be the death nail of the stock market one day. I really think this. This was a fat finger trade. This was someone hitting too big of an offer that or too much size of an offer than they should have been, and it sent the stock price up 20%. So this is going to be a huge issue once. Most of the securities, not entirely every stock has HFTs trading within them. Most of them do. I wouldn't even say most of them. I'd say the top 10% of volume traders have some sort of algos running within them. But once that sort of spreads out to the more, less volume stocks that trade less volume, then I think we're going to get some drastically horrible moves like this, and it's going to really scare you and fuck you up sometimes. I know it's very scary and drastic when you're stuck with size and you see something running fucking at 10%. So the SPYs are trading down a little here, marginally lower. The next recent level, the next relative level, I should say, is the 1242.50. Let's see if we can bounce or hold off that point. If we do, then there's a good chance we stay within this range here of this day, which was 245 to 242. So a nice $3 range in the SPYs. Not a lot of action. I think the next sort of lift we get to the upside or the downside, depending on how the markets interpret it, is a lift in interest rates. So let's see how bullish or dovish the Fed turns out to be. We can adjust our trades based off of their reactions. I know if they tend to raise interest rates, gold tends to underperform in the first quarter. Let's see if that holds true. I really do like gold long. I'm honestly not at the point where I like the stock market long, the SPYs. I'm not there yet. I could get there once I see some overall, stronger economic information or stronger economic data out of the Federal Reserve. So let's keep an eye on that. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm trying to change the tone of these videos a little bit. I'm going to be just running through, just true market fundamentals, the market strength, principles to kind of help me understand where things are, where things might be going, and where things have gone. So thanks for watching. I'll be back here at around 3:30, 3:40 for a post-market recap. But thanks for watching, guys. I hope you have a great day. Take care.